Hello, welcome to Froch on Fighting with me, Carl, the Cobra Froch. I'm here in Sheffield, where Leigh Wood has just taken on Josh Warrington in an absolute epic battle. Whilst I've got you, don't forget to like, share, and hit subscribe to this wonderful boxing channel. Right, what Leigh Wood has just done there is nothing short of just amazing. This is another fight where Leigh Wood can be so proud of himself. He just snatched victory there from the jaws of defeat. I'm sitting ringside on the DAZN broadcast commentating, and I've got Leigh sharing the first round and then maybe winning. I don't even think he won a round, to be honest. I've got to be honest. He was getting outboxed and he was getting beaten up. You could see by his face, swollen eye, cut eye. He was getting bullied and pushed back. He was having a bit of success and he was landing a few nice. He was in southpaw stance. He was landing left crosses and a few nice right hooks. But he was getting backed up. He was getting beaten up and he looked like he was fading. It looked like if he lost this fight, I was thinking to myself when I was commentating, I was thinking, if he loses this fight, this could be the last we see of Leigh Wood, especially at featherweight, because he struggles at the weight. We know that anyway. But he looked drained. He looked tired. He looked like he was really struggling. And Josh Warrington, I've got to give him some credit. He fought an absolutely really good fight. He fought probably the best tactics and the best fight he could have literally boxed with Leigh Wood in front of him. Leigh Wood opted for standing in front of Warrington in round one and stayed in range and got hit with far too many shots throughout the whole duration of the fight. I don't know why he did that. He should have. I'm not going to blame Ben Davison, his corner man, for getting the tactics wrong, because sometimes Leigh Wood does what he wants to do. And what he wanted to do was be macho and stand in front of Josh Warrington and have a fight with him. But that was his undoing. Like I said earlier, bruised and blackened eye, cut above his eye. He was getting hit with some really good body shots. And he was looking like a man that was beaten and almost feeling sorry for himself. I'm not going to say that because he looked like he was, but he wasn't, because when you come from Nottingham and when you're the new sheriff and you're carrying that star, you have always got that self-belief that you can pull it out of the bag, and he always does, Leigh Wood. We saw it against Conlon. I know he got done against Lara, but the rematch, what a great rematch that was, and he got the job done. He's here tonight in another potential fight of the year fight. That was just amazing. So anyway, Leigh Wood literally boxed. He boxed terrible, and he was getting hit far too much. But it's all forgotten about because that turnaround at the end. I was just saying in comms, Leigh Wood's at the point now where he needs to turn this. Because he hasn't got the energy at featherweight to put shots together after round 4 or 5. He looks tired. He looks weight drained, and he makes no secret that he struggles at the weight a little bit or a lot. But he got to the point in that fight where he needed to start landing shots and start landing heavy shots. But he was never going to put combination punches together because he was too tired. So he had to time an accurate shot, either a backhand uppercut because he was in the southpaw position, or a big left cross, land something eye-catching and telling. I was just saying it in comms. He needs to land a shot now to turn this fight around, or it's over for him. It could be career curtains for Leigh Wood. And what does he do? He lands a little cheeky right hook as he moves in, catches Josh Warrington sweet, and then he just has a little split second between each punch. He's still got that Brendan Ingle style in him, where he plants his feet, he has a look at his opponent, and he lands crisp, clean, accurate shots on the point of the chin of Josh Warrington. And he must have landed 3 or 4 shots. He even hit him on the way down, one for good measure. And Josh Warrington was literally gone. He was gone. He made it to his feet, and yes, it was the end of the round. The bell had already gone. So people are going to make an argument that fight maybe should not have been stopped. But I didn't even hear the bell. I don't think anybody heard the bell. I'm not even sure if the referee heard the bell. He probably should have done because he's the referee. But the referee's looking at Josh Warrington. Josh Warrington's got his back to the ref. He's hanging on the ropes. He's looking down at his corner, and he just looked finished. So the referee, in my opinion, rightly waved it off. But the bell had already gone. Warrington would have sat down in his stool and got a 1-minute rest. And it's amazing the powers of recovery, what 1 minute does for you. So maybe he could have fought on. So there is the potential rematch. And I think for Leigh Wood, the rematch is probably the best fight for him. If he stays at featherweight, he's got Lopez waiting for him. Now, Lopez is a monster. Proper hard fight for Leigh Wood, who's dead at featherweight. If he goes up to super featherweight, he's got Joe Cordina waiting for him, a real fantastic talent in Cordina, the IBF world champion. That's not a fight I don't think he wants to be mixing with. I don't think he's big enough for that weight. He's stuck at this weight, featherweight, and I think the best fight for him would be a rematch with Josh Warrington. And the reason I paused before I said that is because I don't particularly want to see Josh Warrington fight on after that. I know he's a couple of years younger than Leigh Wood, but he's got more miles on the clock. He's had a tough career. And that was a bad knockout. But listen, people come back from bad knockouts and they go on and fight and they surprise you. But for Leigh Wood, I just want to say, absolute fantastic comeback performance. He keeps doing it. I keep sitting there with my heart in my mouth at ringside, like with the Conlon fight, thinking it's over for him. I watched him get flattened against Lara, then come back and win. And now this evening, again, my heart's in my mouth. I'm thinking this is probably going to be the end of Leigh Wood. I've only scored him probably one round, maybe round one, and then he's lost every round. He might have shared one round or 2 rounds. It was close, but he was getting beat up, and he looked like he was gone. Like I said earlier, he wasn't feeling sorry for himself. He was thinking to himself, this is tough now. If this goes the distance, I'm losing, so I need to do something. And boy, did he do something. He really did pull it out of the bag. So congratulations, Leigh Wood. Absolute, unbelievable, memorable, potential fight of the year performance. Fair play to you. You keep doing it, and I'm so proud and happy. I remember when you walked into the Phoenix Boxing Club, and you was like a little kid. And I've just got fond memories of working with you as a kid and watching you come through the rankings after I've retired from my career. And I'm so proud of him. And hopefully he gets his big payday in a rematch against Josh Warrington, ideally at the Nottingham Forest City Ground. Can Eddie Hearn pull it out of the bag for him? We'll wait and see. So that's been it for another episode of Froch on Fighting. And what an evening it's been. What an atmosphere. This is why I come to these events. I come to these events, and I'll probably still keep coming to these events till I'm an old man. Even if I'm not on the payroll, I want to be here ringside watching these kind of events, because boxing, and actually that is boxing. And next week in Manchester, we've got a shit show on with his Misfits. And you can't call it boxing. I know Tommy Fury's making money. He's fighting KSI, and there's a few other fights on the card. But these guys are going to go in there. They're going to swing away. They can't really hurt each other. It is a load of nonsense. It's not professional boxing. They should call it play fighting. After you've just witnessed what I've just witnessed there with Josh Warrington and Leigh Wood, wearing the hearts on the sleeve, fighting to the bitter end, getting knocked down, getting knocked out, getting stopped, getting cut and bruised, and exchanging serious, proper professional punches, blows to the head, dangerous blows to the head. But they're trained. They know what they're doing. These guys, I don't want to go off on a rant and just write off these misfits. But next week in Manchester, it just shows you that is worlds apart from what is real professional boxing. And it makes me mad that they call this boxing. They should call it play fighting. It's probably right they're calling it misfits, but they shouldn't call it misfits boxing. And I don't just want to have a go at these guys. They're making money. They're doing what they're doing. But when you're passionate about the sport like I am, and you just witness what I've just witnessed there, two proper fighters going at it and going until the death, just leaving it all in the ring, going out on the shield, and Leigh Wood there snatching victory from the jaws of defeat when I think it's all over, digging deep and defending his title in that fashion. Just unbelievable. So anyway, enough about that bollocks next week in Manchester. Sorry for the language, but I'm passionate about this sport of professional boxing. This has been it for Froch on Fighting for another episode. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and we'll see you next time.